Yeah.
Hello, is anybody with me? Let me at least know that somebody's with me right now because clearly I am not a technical expert. But can someone at least tell me you're with me just so I know? That would be great. All right. We are now getting started a little late. Sorry about that. This is my first time actually doing a Facebook Live event. And, tested it and everything. And I still didn't get it to work. So I appreciate all of you who are here right now. I'm so sorry it took me 20 minutes to get on. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining our very first virtual live pop-up shop. As you guys know, hopefully the next couple ones won't be this crazy. But anyways, as you guys know, all of my local and regional and national shows have been canceled or rescheduled. So I really wanted to give us the opportunity to interact with each other just like we would in person. So the purpose of this time together is to really give you guys the opportunity to ask me any questions about the hats, whether that be the price or why I chose a particular color or what the hat looks like actually on me, because you can't actually try it on right now. So anything at all, feel free to ask me. I really want this to be interactive. And then at the end of this, I am actually going to give you guys a 20% off discount code to use towards your next purchase. And it'll be valid until tomorrow night at midnight. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about is that if all goes well, this is something I want to do over the next couple weeks, because I really want to interact with you guys still, and it's really, really important to me that I can. And so I want to actually start featuring not only like local designers and local business owners, but also other business owners that I know nationally too. So more to come. Hopefully this goes really well. I really support all of you guys being here. And then also our June is here as well. So he's going to keep me honest on time. If there are any questions, he's going to let me know what they are. And I apologize again for starting at 6:20. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. I was pretty much freaking out before I'm going live right now, just to be totally honest. So I appreciate you guys being here. All right, any questions just to get us started? I see some comments coming through. That everyone's here now. So thank you so much. I think what I'm going to do is actually start with the Phoebe. And I'm going to start with the Phoebe hat because it's my number one best selling style. I'm actually going to pull it down here so you can see all the different colors. Okay, so this is the Phoebe. And the really cool thing about this particular hat is there's an unfinished edge. So a lot of times you'll see a hat typically have the edge bent over and sewn down. This is actually unfinished. And it's packable and crushable. So when you're traveling, you can actually put it in your suitcase like this, and you can put socks up in the crown and then pop it out to where you're going. This is my number one best-selling shape for men and women. It's an awesome shape because it can be dressed up, it can be dressed down. It's really for that free-spirited, easygoing type of person. And what I love about this hat is it's great for the outdoors, but it also has a very classic shape. So it can be worn, on the street too. So it comes in this beautiful burnt orange color, which is awesome. It also comes in this blue stone, kind of like a grayish blue color. And then it comes in this gold, which is one of my favorite colors. It's such a pop color. And what I also love about these colors in the Phoebe is that even though they are colors, they're still kind of neutral. So you can wear them with a lot of different colors and outfits. And then I also have it in, and I also just want to say that these are available and ready to ship. If you live here locally, I definitely want to be able to give you guys the option for me to deliver, because I'd love to meet you in person anyways. So it also comes in this really awesome chestnut color, and then black as well. Okay, do we have a question?
We have a lot of questions.
Oh my gosh, great. Okay, what's the question?
Erica wants to know what the felt is made of and where does it come from?
Ooh, okay. The question is, what is the felt made out of and where does it come from? So all of the felt that is used, so everything, all of my hats except for my straw hats are actually 100% wool. So they're wool felt, and the wool is actually sourced from Texas, and all the wool is cruelty free. So there's not other like synthetic material or whatever in these hats. They're 100% wool felt, 100% wool, and the wool is sourced from Texas. And then I think there was a second question. Oh no, I think I answered both.
Yeah, thank you. Margot wants to know, when will the pink hat be available?
Oh, that is a great. Okay, the question was, when will the pink hat be available? So Margot is eyeing this beauty to my right. So this is called the Willa. This is a brand new style that I have coming for spring. And actually the one that I have right here is a sample. So the brim is a little shorter, will be a little shorter for the real thing. So the brim's a little wide here, but the color is exactly how you see it. Everything else is exactly how you see it. And this will be available late April, early May. So perfect as you head into the summer, but also still some of the spring. And it will be coming in this awesome dusty rose color. And it will also be coming in this pale olive, which is one of my best-selling colors and one of my other shapes. But this hat is also packable, crushable, water repellent, like we talked about. You can put socks on the inner crown, and it's great. So great question, Margot. I have a lot of people asking about this color. It's beautiful. Oh, I also want to mention too, which I completely forgot. This particular hat is blocked from the same hat block as the Phoebe. So my #1 selling hat, which I just shared with you guys, it's made from the same block. So it's a very similar shape. The only difference is the edge on the brim is finished, which lends more to a more sophisticated, more graceful, more refined style. Whereas the Phoebe is more relaxed because of the unfinished brim. Great question, Margot. Any other questions?
Yes, Bree wants to know what your favorite color for spring is.
Ooh, okay. This is actually a really hard question. Oh, the question was, what is my favorite color for spring? This is a really hard question to answer because I love all of the colors in the collection, and there's not necessarily one that really stands out to me. And I also want to note that I don't, sometimes, I think we think about certain seasons or certain colors lend well to certain seasons. And I really want to inspire all of us to think outside the box. You can wear any colors for any season, and you can wear any hats for any season, which we'll get to that maybe later on. But I would say the one color that I'm most excited about for the spring is the quartz. I think it's such a dusty rose color. And also I would love to see a guy rocking this hat, because how cool would that be? So this is the one this is the color I'm probably most excited about.
I would wear the pink. For sure.
I can't wait to see the first guy who gets the pink one.
All right. We have a question from Molly.
Okay.
She wants to know what hat you're wearing.
Oh, what hat am I? Okay, so hi Molly. The question was, what hat am I wearing? I am wearing the Fin. The Fin is actually one of my top, that's also one of my best selling. It's in the top three. And what I love about the Fin is it's a statement piece. So a lot of my other hats sit a little lower on your head, whereas you guys can see this one sits a little higher. Um, so it's definitely a statement piece, and it's super. It's got like a hard brim. You guys can even hear it. Whereas like the Phoebe is very more relaxed and packable and crushable. This one is not packable and crushable. It's a super hard brim. And fun fact, well, I'll pull out the other colors so you guys can see the other colors in this hat. The way that we're able to make this brim super like a hard brim is actually shellac that's produced from beetles. How crazy is that? So this particular hat, the Fin, which this is a dark brown, it's beautiful. It also comes with a 100% leather braided band. This is also the same one I'm wearing, just different color. I forgot what I was saying about this. Oh, because this one has a shellac finish, it actually doesn't come with all the bells and whistles. So it's not packable, it's not crushable, it's not water resistant. However, the hat is so amazing that none of that should matter. And if you did want it to be water resistant, you could put just, your typical water resistant spray on it and it would be fine. But yes, this is the Fin. It also comes in black, which is what I'm wearing. And then the third color is this beautiful tan mist, which comes with a white leather band. And I'll try this one on so you can see what it looks like too, because I'm wearing the black right now. So this one is the tan mist. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. And then I'll try on. So this color is called Serpent, but it's a really dark chocolate brown. Sorry, my hang tag's getting in the way. So yeah. Cool. So that's the Fin.
Cool. I love the Beatles trivia, by the way.
Yeah, that's a fun fact. Not a lot of people know about the shellac produced by beetles.
So you are getting a lot of great questions. The next one is from Brett.
Okay.
He wants you to show him how you would pack a hat.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. I feel like I keep going to the Phoebe hat only because it's right here in front. So Brett, the question was, will you show how to like pack the actual hat as if you were traveling? I'm going to start with the Phoebe because it's in the front, but if there's a particular hat that you want to see how I would pack it in particular, let me know. Okay, so with the Phoebe in particular, I'm going to get down on the floor. Hopefully you guys are cool with this. So I would actually put socks like on the inner crown. You don't have to do that at all. I like to do it just because I'm really particular with my hats. But if you stuff socks in the crown like this, and then bend the brim, okay? And then you just stick it in your suitcase like this, okay? And then when you get where you're going, you seriously just pop it right back out. I think the other thing to note is like these hats are packable, they are crushable, they're amazing to travel with, but when you get where you're going, make sure to pull it out of the suitcase and wear it, obviously, or keep it, on a flat surface. Same with when you're storing it at home, like you want to take good care of the hats. So when you get where you're going or you get back home to your final destination, just make sure to store it properly, right? So when you're traveling, it's super, you can really crush it up and it'll be totally fine. But I always like to tell people, just make sure when you get where you're going, make sure to put it in a good spot. And I actually, you guys can kind of see behind me, I hang all of my hats on the wall because it's against a flat surface and it also makes for a great artistic piece on your wall. So another great suggestion there. Hopefully I answered your question. What else?
Man,
Actually,
Erica
I'll wear
wants
this
to
one.
know.
Yep.
You want to wear that? Okay.
Yeah.
Erica wants to know, do you carry feather and pins that can be added to your hats?
Oh, okay. So question was, do I carry feathers or pins that can be added to my hats? So I would say yes and no. So the reason why I said yes and no is because I do a lot of custom work as well. So if you have a particular, like if you have something in mind, maybe you don't like the hat band on this hat, but you want to do a leather hat band, or you want to add a brooch, I can totally do that for you. So I don't necessarily, like I don't currently have on my site specific brooches or specific feathers to purchase, but I can do that for you if there's something that you have in mind. And I actually want to show, these are some really cool colors that I have. So this is like a mint green leather. So I have a lot of like, this is also like a golden velvet band. I really know they're pretty velvet band.
That is good.
So anyways, I can do anything custom for the most part, as long as you kind of know what you are looking for. And then we can work together to create what it is you want. So I don't necessarily have specific things to purchase on my website as far as feathers or brooches, but I can definitely do that for you if you're looking for it.
Cool. More questions.
Great. I love the questions coming.
This one's from David Cathy.
Okay.
The question is, how do you choose the color mix? I'm guessing it's for the person who wants to wear.
Ooh, okay. The question is, how do I choose the color mix? That's a great question. So when I'm determining certain colors to put in the line, I'm thinking about a couple of different things. One, obviously I know what my best-selling colors are, so I always have that in the top of my mind. Not that I don't want to stray away from those colors, but I just think it's really helpful to know, like, what are my best-selling colors? So I'm thinking about that. I'm also taking a look at my product mix to determine what colors are missing. And then the third thing that I think about and know about, I'm constantly watching what the trends are, and what the upcoming trends are for colors for the season. So I'm kind of taking into account all three of those. But I would say the number one thing I think about is what is missing from the product mix currently. And then secondary, like, what are my best colors and how can I spin off of that?
Awesome. The next question is from Healthy Minds Therapy. They want to know if you make hats for kids.
Ooh, okay. Question is, do I make hats for kids? Not yet. But I would love to eventually. I will say my size small can sometimes fit kids, depending on what their hat size is. Like, I actually wear a small and have a really small head. But I have seen smalls actually work for kids. So depending on your child's hat size, it may work. But not yet technically, but I definitely want to carry kid sizes eventually.
Cool.
What else?
Do you want to do more questions or take a break?
If you guys have any more questions, keep them rolling. And I'm going to actually show a few more hats, and then I'll take a break after the next one to see if anyone else has any other questions. Okay, so the next hat that I want to talk to you guys about is, so we've covered the Phoebe, we've covered the Finn, and we've covered the Willa. I also want to share with you guys, or talk to you guys a little bit about the Frankie. So this is also a great shape. I'm actually going to put this on so I can demonstrate for you guys. So the cool thing about the Frankie is the brim. You can do a lot with the brim, right? So naturally it sits up, as you guys can see. But you can pop the brim down in the front, like that. You can pop the whole brim down, which I love to do this when it's raining in Seattle. Like, I will wear this hat all the time in Seattle just because the brim is so awesome. You can just like pop it down. Or you can do something where you're like popping the side up and the other side down, so it's a little more edgy. And sometimes I get comments like, I don't know how I feel about the chin strap because it comes with a leather chin strap. You can do a lot with this chin strap as well. So this is super useful on a windy day. As you guys know, particularly if you live here in Seattle, it's pretty windy all the time too. So this keeps your hat from flying away. If you're like, I don't know, sailing, which just by the way would be a great hat for sailing. But if you were sailing, right, and it's windy, your hat flies off, this will catch it. But what I like to tell people is you're not feeling the chin strap, just put it behind your head. Or if you're like, I don't even like it behind my head, that's kind of bothering me, you can also put it up in the crown of the hat. And there you go. And it stays. And then you're not even worrying about the chin strap at all. Okay. So this comes in 4 colors. So it comes in this awesome like camel color. It comes in this awesome like light teal blue. Okay. Oh, this one I'll tell you that in a second. And then it also comes in this like maroon mahogany type hat. Okay. The other great thing about this hat, this is so great if you're traveling because it's super, like, look at what I just did to this hat, right? Super great for traveling. It pops right back out, keeps its shape. And I know so many people who have taken this hat traveling and have told me after the fact that it still looks great after their trip. And it's a wonderful hat. So this is called the Frankie. Okay. Keep going.
I have more questions.
You have more questions?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So this one's from Allie. Her question is, can you wear these hats year round?
Yes. I feel like so the question was
easy.
can you wear these hats year round? And the answer is yes. I cannot stress that enough. I think sometimes we get in this like, you know, there's a lot of historical context regarding hats. And you know, a lot of like stereotypes or like certain misconceptions come with wool hats or even straw hats. And the great thing about these hats is they're a lightweight wool. And so you can definitely wear them year round for sure. They also come on the inside with a like lightweight cotton headband or hat band on the inside. And so, which is breathable. And you can definitely wear them year round. I mean, obviously, like if you live in a super hot temperature place, it depends. But they are super lightweight. I wear mine year round. And I think another big thing too is like how you wear hats. You know, if you pull your hats way over your ears, which some people do, that doesn't lend well to the heat, right? But if you wear a hat properly where it sits like above your ear, you really don't have to worry about heat that much, right? Because when things touch our ears, that's when we get like warm and that's when we get hot. But if you wear a hat properly and you sit it up above your ear, you really don't have to worry about that so much. So yes, you can wear them year round. Anything else?
Cool. Yeah, so this one is from Healthy Minds, and Bharat just asked that same question.
Okay.
How do you clean them? How would you take care of them, especially for someone who's in Seattle and it's always raining?
Yes. This is a great question, and I get this question all the time. So it was like, how do you take care of them? How do you clean them? So the great thing about these hats, which I said before, they're packable, crushable. So they lend really well to kind of wear and tear. And because they're water resistant, you can think about like if you get anything on them, it's kind of resistant. I know that sounds kind of cheesy and like, you're right. But like, let's pretend like you get mud on the hat, right? It's really important to just let the mud dry. And once the mud dries, you can honestly just like flick it right off. It'll come right off the hat. And then the other thing, just for like normal clean or ways to clean the hat, is to get a bristle brush. And I don't know, I mean, you can find a bristle brush anywhere, but just like a small bristle brush where you kind of brush the wool counterclockwise and it'll take all the fuzzies out, because sometimes like wool will collect certain fuzzies, um, and that kind of thing. So super easy to care for. Just get a bristle brush, and then if you get something on it that's wet, let it dry, and you can just like honestly flick it right off. Hopefully that answered the question for how to take care of it.
Yeah. Kara also wants to know, how do you clean it inside? That's an
Oh,
interesting
clean
question.
it inside. Also, okay, question was, how do you clean the hat on the inside? Same way as you would on the outside. However, I know a lot of women ask, like, what do I do with the makeup? You know, sometimes makeup gets on the inner hat band, like this piece right here. And I sometimes tell people, like, put a piece of tape on the inner, like where your forehead hits, on the hat band, and then just, you know, reapply the tape every once in a while, and it never gets your hat band dirty. Because makeup, as we know, ladies, it's hard to get out anyway. So if you're really trying to keep your hat clean from makeup, I would just put a piece of tape on the inner hat band. But yeah, as far as how to clean it on the inside, you know, minus the hat band and the makeup, like same way you would on the outside, just use a bristle brush, or, you know, let whatever it is dry, and then you'll be able to like work it out of the wool.
Cool. Molly wants to know if the wool hats can get wet.
Yes. So the wool hats question was, thanks for the question, Molly. The question was, can the wool hats get wet? And the answer to that is yes. So they are water resistant. So if you are like in a, I don't know, light rain, the water will actually bead up and you can shake it right off. And so, you know, I like to tell people, obviously it's not waterproof, right? So if it's completely pour down rain, you may not want to wear it in the rain. I have done that before. And, you know, your hat's not going to be completely destroyed, but you'll probably have to do some stuff to it after the fact. Maybe put some steam on it and that kind of thing. But in a typical light rain, you can absolutely wear it in the rain. The water will bead up and you can almost just shake it right off.
Cool. Luana wants to know if you sell hat boxes.
Oh, Luana, this is such a great question. So the question was, do you sell hat boxes? I don't, and I really want to. It's my next step to what I want to offer in the line, and I'm, you know, working through how do I want to get the right hat box made. So stay tuned, but I will say, one of my recent blog articles, I actually blogged about hat box brands that I really, really like. And so if you're looking for a particular hat box, make sure to check out one of my blogs, because I list a couple brands in there that I think are amazing hat boxes. But it's definitely the next thing that I want to do. So great question.
All right, next one is from Desi.
Okay.
I like this question. So her question is, which hat goes good with really poofy hair and big head?
Okay. Oh, that's a great question. So question was, what hat goes well with like bigger, thicker hair and a big head? So my hats actually come in different sizes. So they come in small, medium, and large. And in one particular hat, I have an extra large. So the large hat actually is fairly big. Like I have a lot of people that will come to me and say, my head's really big. I can never wear hats. And I can promise you, I mean, I'm going to put that out there. Like I can promise you that the large will probably work for you. I think sometimes too, you know, when you think you have a larger head and you're shopping in some stores for hats, sometimes stores only carry one size. And sometimes that size is only a size medium. But we all know not everyone has the same shape head. So I think that the large will work for you. The other thing is definitely check out my website. I have my size chart on there. And I also have like how to measure your head. So if you have any questions on how to measure, or you're like, I might be in between sizes, like definitely shoot me a note and let me know. But usually the large works for people who are like, I have a really big head. As far as like thicker, bigger hair, I don't know what your hair looks like, but I love when people come by who have big, curly, thicker hair because honestly, I think you can do so much with hats, especially if it's the right size. And I know that can be challenging. It sounds like that may be challenging for you. But I think the wider the brim is best for you because your hair, I don't know if it's long, but if it's thicker and wider, definitely go for a wider brim hat. Like the Phoebe is a great one for someone who's got, thicker hair. Or I don't know which one I'm wearing right now. Or the Finn, which I was sharing with you guys earlier. Also a great hat was for someone who's got, thicker hair. And also my new shapes too. The Willa, also great. And then if you're looking for something if you're looking for a straw hat, I have this one, which is also great too for someone who's got like thicker, curly, if you have curly hair, but that's great too. So definitely stick to the wider brims. But again, it's all about what you feel comfortable in. I mean, if you try on a short brim hat and you feel so good, it does not matter if you've got thicker hair, thinner hair, short hair, long hair. It doesn't matter. It's all about what you feel good in. But definitely let me know if you're having trouble figuring out what your hat size is because I can help you out with that.
Cool. Next question's from Kelly.
Okay.
Her question is, do you still make the hair comb? Is that an inside joke? I don't know.
I wonder, hair comb. The question was, do you still make the hair comb? I wonder, or maybe like custom pieces? I wonder if she's referring to custom pieces.
Probably, yeah.
So some of you guys may not know, but when I actually started my business, I started out doing custom bridal headpieces. And so, a lot of those were on combs. So that might be what Kelly's referring to. But not only did I do like custom bridal headpieces, I also did like custom special occasion headpieces. So if you had like a really cool event coming up, or you were bridesmaid, or you were going to a special event, I would also do custom headpieces for that. I do that for if someone asked me to. I don't necessarily market myself in that way as much anymore, which I wish I did because it's something that I actually miss. But I do custom pieces if someone comes to me and asks me about it. So if you're looking for a custom bridal headpiece, or you're looking for, for a special occasion headpiece, I can do that as well.
Cool. This one's from Bharat.
Okay.
Do you sell hat care kits? And if you don't, then do you have any recommendations for off-the-shelf ones that he could buy?
Ooh. Okay, so the question was, do you have any hat care kits? And if not, do you have any to recommend? I don't sell any hat care kits. I can recommend, I don't know, Brad, if you were on earlier when I was talking about a bristle brush. But a bristle brush is the best way to care for your hat because it really gets into the wool and gets out anything that may be on it. So I definitely recommend a bristle brush. I don't have specific hat care kits to purchase, but if there's something, in particular that you're looking for, like definitely leave a note on here, and I want to make sure I follow up with you if I'm not, technically answering your question, or if there's something in particular you're looking for, because I definitely want to help.
Cool. The next question is from Bree.
Okay.
She's been looking for a straw hat, and she wants recommendations.
Ooh, okay. Statement was, I've been looking for a straw hat. Do you have any recommendations? So I do have some recommendations. First thing I want to show you guys, which will be out in late April, early May, is this awesome black Panama straw hat. How awesome is that? It's super chic. super clean, doesn't even come with a hat band, which obviously I can add a hat band for you if you want it. But I love this. It's brand new. It will be here late April, early May. So and this one is called the Mavis. So be on the lookout for the Mavis. And then I actually want to show you guys, since we're hitting into spring, I kind of want to go through my straw hats real quick, if that's okay. So the next one is called the Chapman, which it's the supernatural color. And then it has this like ribbon on the band, which is also like kind of a beige color, which is great it's super versatile, can wear it really well. But I want to mention about my straw hats is that they are all made of Panama straw, which is a super high quality tight weave. The straw is actually hand woven in Ecuador, and then it's shipped to the US, and the hat is then blocked and made in the US. So my straw hats are a little pricier, and that's why. I mean, it takes hours for one person to actually put this weave together in Ecuador. And then obviously, like I said, the straw is shipped to the US, and then it's blocked in the US and made in the US. So this is the Chapman, another awesome Panama straw. And then I also have the Phoebean straw. So my number one selling shape that I told you guys earlier, it also comes in a straw. And it comes with this awesome chin strap, leather chin strap, like the Frankie does. Perfect for if you're sitting on the beach for those windy days. Perfect if you're cruising on a sailboat. Do you cruise on sailboats? I'm not sure. Perfect if you're sailing on a sailboat. Any of those things. This hat's awesome because it comes with a chin strap. And then last but not least, the Clementine, which is super cute. Great for sitting by the pool. Great if you love to play tennis, or you're more active and you're still looking for coverage from the sun, but you don't want a huge wide brim hat. This is great for that. And it comes in 3 different colors. So this green color, this red weave with a navy blue ribbon, and then this one too with like a light blue ribbon on the back.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
I've been curious about the Clementine. Is it unisex?
Ooh, so hopefully you guys heard the question. Is the Clementine, is that unisex? Is it made for a woman? So my entire line, I really want to be for everybody and anybody. So although, you may think certain styles lend more towards a woman or lend more towards a man, like if you are a guy and you can rock this Clementine visor, I will love you forever because I think it's awesome. I think anybody can wear it. It's, got an awesome little ribbon on the back. The colors are great. So again, it's all about what you feel comfortable in, what really resonates with you and your personality and all of that. So if you are a guy and you want to wear the Clementine, I think that is amazing.
All right. This one's from Healthy Minds.
Okay.
Are we still doing questions?
Yeah, we're still doing questions.
She wants to know they want to know if the Willa comes in an XL.
Ooh, so the Willa only comes in a small, medium, and large.
Sure.
However, I do have a hat stretcher, and some people laugh when I say that, but I actually have like a real hat stretcher. So if you need an extra large, that's no problem to stretch the size large. I've done it before, and I definitely do it for my customers. So we can definitely stretch the size large to make sure that it works for you. So it doesn't come in an extra large. Right now, the only hat that I have in an extra large is the Finn, which I talked about earlier. And the reason for that is this hat runs a little small because it's a stiff brim. It doesn't have a lot of give. So I have an extra large in this particular hat. But the Willa does come in a size large, and we can make it work for you. If not, then maybe we can work on doing something that's custom so it works for your size.
Cool. All right, this is the last question I have.
Okay.
This one's from Margot.
Okay.
Her question is there a hat that is universally flattering on all shapes?
Oh, I already know the answer to this. So the question was, is there a hat that's, flattering for everyone? And I immediately go to the Phoebe, which is the one I feel like I keep giving so much attention to the Phoebe. But this hat, which I talked about in the beginning, is great for everyone. It's great for everybody's face, like all different types of face shapes, all different types of hair textures, lengths, men, women, everybody. This hat is great and looks great on everyone, which is why I have it coming also in the Willa, which is very similar to the Phoebe. So this pink one and this pale olive, because it does so well. And which is also why I have it in straw too. The Phoebe in straw is because it's such a great shape and looks great on everyone. And the brim width is really good. So that one I would definitely say is number one. But again, it's all about what you feel comfortable in. It's all about what you look good in, and the shape that really, really speaks to you. So that was a great question.
That was everything I had.
That's it?
You're on at 7 o'clock.
I'm at 7.
But you can extend it for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, since I was a little late, feel free if you guys, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my discount code for those of you who stayed online and didn't leave us when we took forever to get online. I'm so sorry about that. But I want to offer you guys 20% off discount code, which will be valid until tomorrow night at midnight. And the code is LIVE20, so LIVE20, and just use that at checkout and you'll get 20% off. So I want to make sure I give that to you guys for any of you who need to go. But I'm going to keep rolling just through a few more hats just to share with you guys. And then if you have any more questions, just keep them coming, and I'll answer them. So I'll go through just a few more. Does that sound good? Okay. Okay, the next hat that I want to share with you guys is the Noble, which is also coming for spring. And this is coming in a pale olive. It's a new shape. It is a fedora, but it's not as pinched as some of the other fedoras that you see. So it's coming in this pale olive. And it's also coming in this awesome camel color. So that's the Noble. Cool. And then the last but not least that I want to talk to you guys about, I don't think you guys, maybe you know this, but when I first, look at all these hats piling up. When I first started the brand, I actually started with 3 hats. And I actually, instead of starting with a hat, what kind of hats do I want to develop? I actually thought about people in my life that really mean something to me. And I thought about their personality and what hat would that person wear? This person could be a hat. What would the hat look like? And so I developed 3 hats. The first one was the Viv, which is a super short brim fedora. And it's named after my grandmother, Vivian, so the Viv. And her personality was super spunky. She was super confident, never was hesitant to share her opinion. And I really, really, really thought this shape would be perfect for someone who's spunky and, I don't know, doesn't really care what people think. So that's what this hat's all about. So the Viv. So yeah. So that's pretty much everything. I have a couple more hats back here, but you know what? I'm going to save them for next time to keep you guys interested. Do we have any more questions?
2 more questions.
Okay.
David, Kathy want to know, what do you enjoy most about your business?
Oh, so question was, what do I enjoy most about my business? And I would say turning people who are not into hats into hats. and the confidence that comes with that. Because if any of you guys have been hat shopping with someone or you have found a hat that really works for you, I guarantee you that you have stood a little taller, stood a little straighter when you put the hat on, and your confidence just like fully came out. And that is the one thing that keeps me going with all of this, is really seeing people come to life when they try on a hat that really suits them. And I love when people come by and they're like, I'm not a hat person. Hats don't look good on me. I'm not even going to try anything on. And I'm like, well, let's actually start with this one and try it on. They get a little more comfortable, and it's like the coolest thing ever to see them come to life when they're trying on hats. So that's probably my favorite of all. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say you had another question.
Well, Ambika asked if what's the pink one called, but then someone else answered it for
okay.
you.
Hi, it's called the Willa. The pink one's called the Willa. And this one will be coming for spring. So it'll be here like late April, early May. And it comes in this awesome quartz dusty rose color and this pale olive. So this is called the Willa. So keep an eye out for the Willa. Good?
Yeah.
No other questions?
No other questions.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really, really appreciate you all being here. And I apologize again for the technical difficulty. If any of you guys know me, you know it's not my forte. But anyways, we got on, we figured it out, everything was working. And just to let you guys know, as I mentioned before, I want to start featuring other designers and other business owners during this time where it's a little crazy. I know it's really important to me to keep the positive vibes going, so I'm going to try and do this every week, once a week. Tell your friends. I'm going to start inviting other people, and we're going to keep the good times rolling. So thank you guys so much again. I really, really, really appreciate you being here. And if you have any questions, do not forget to follow up with me over Instagram or Facebook, or send me a note through my website. Thank you so much.